Hello friends, in this section we are going to discuss about regarding trunk. Okay, so basically what is the use of this trunk? We'll discuss in a quick review. Now, in the last video, as we have discussed about VLANs. So in the last video we have discussed and we have did what? There are some ports are there for my switch, and these two ports are made in VLAN 10. These two ports are made in VLAN 20. Okay, now for example in my network I have one more switch, and for that also I have some multiple computers, and in the second switch also what I did is I have this two ports VLAN 10 and this two ports VLAN 20. Okay, now see, two different VLANs, they will not communicate with each other, meaning is what, like VLAN 10 computers cannot communicate with the VLAN 20. Okay, but my requirement is what, I want to have communication from this VLAN 10 to this VLAN 10 to this VLAN 10. So this same VLAN available in the two different switches. Now what I need to do is, first thing is I need to connect the physical connection. Now after connecting the physical connection, see, if this PC want to communicate with this PC, still the communication not possible, because when the information arrives on this particular port, this port number is a part of what? VLAN 1. So by default this port is a part of VLAN 1. So packet is coming from where? VLAN 20. So this port will not receive the information from this one, so VLAN. So for that, what I need to do is I need to configure this port as a trunk. Okay. See, normally if you're talking about any port can be configured with two different modes at a time, any one mode. Okay, so the two different modes we have is something known as access mode, and one more we have is what? Trunk mode. And the differences between these two is, access mode, it will carry only one VLAN traffic. Okay, so the meaning is what? If you configured any port as an access, that particular port will be the part of only one VLAN. That VLAN can be 10, 20, 30, whatever it is, but only one VLAN. If you configure any port as a trunk port will carry multiple VLAN traffic. Okay, so when you configured any port as a trunk, if you configure this port number 6 as a trunk, then particular port number 6 will carry the multiple VLAN traffic. That particular port number 6 can be a part of multiple VLAN like that. Okay, so once that port number 6 configured, port number 6 configuration trunk has to be done on both the side. Okay, so once you configure this both as a trunk, then what happen? VLAN 10 will communicate with VLAN 10, VLAN 20 will communicate VLAN 20. If you have any other same VLAN in two different switches, you can have communication. So to complete this task, see, this is my setup. And in the last video, might remember, we have discussed about how to do the VLAN configuration, and switch 50 I have shown you that. So for showing that one, let's go for the switch 50 and let's verify configuration. So show VLAN brief. So you can see in this I have created two different VLANs, VLAN 10 and 20, which is a port number 1 and 2 is a part of VLAN 10, port number 5 and 6. So port number 1 and 2, that is a VLAN 10, 5 and 6 VLAN 20. Okay, now in the other side also VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, but this is not configured, so I need to configure that one. So let's go for the quick configuration for this. So configuration mode, how to create the VLAN, and the brief information you can see in my last video also. So VLAN 10 and name sales, VLAN 20 name marketing, and I want to create interface fast Ethernet 0x1-2. R is nothing but range, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10 interface range faster than a 0x5-6, switch port mode access VLAN 20. So if you give the command show VLAN brief, So here you can see VLAN 10 and 20. Okay, two ports are available. So now here, if I want to have communication from one VLAN to another VLAN, that thing is not possible. Okay, but see, there is a one more point. These two ports are the part of VLAN 1. These two ports part of VLAN 1. So right now I've connected only the physical connection. So if I check the communication from this computer, ping space 192.168.20.3, ping space 192.168. Okay, so I'm able to ping there because this particular port is having a 20.3 address. Okay, here this VLAN 10 is 20.1. If I do a ping, I can't. First thing is that is a different VLAN. Okay, we can't. And if I want to ensure that in the same VLAN, can I communicate or not? Let's check a ping space 192.168.20.1. So here you can see I'm pinging from this computer to this computer, which is both on the same VLAN. But still communication is not possible because port number 24 right now is allowing only VLAN 1 information, right? Not VLAN 10 and 20. So for that I need to configure that port number 24 as what? Trunk. Okay, so now let's go for it. After configuring the trunk, we'll check the communication once again. So on switch 51, configuration mode, interface fast Ethernet 0x24, switch port mode trunk. So instead of access, I need to configure what? Trunk there. And after giving this command, enter. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN all. See, there is a two parameters are there actually. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN. After that, you can define VLAN number. Now, for example, if I give 10, what is the meaning of the 10 here? You see, in switch 51, port number 24 will allow only VLAN 10 traffic to pass from one switch to other switch. See, I can give like this also, comma 20. The meaning of that one is what? Port number 24 will allow only VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, but VLAN 1 information will not get forward. Okay, so on the particular port, which VLANs you want to forward the packet, which VLAN traffic you want to forward, that you can configure that. So here instead of giving that one, I can give all also. So what is the meaning of all? VLAN 10 also can forward the packet, VLAN 1 also can forward the packet, VLAN 20 also can forward the packet. So multiple different VLANs can send the information from one switch to another switch on the single port. So I'm giving all only, enter. Now once you configured on 20.51, let's go to 50. In 50 also I need to configure the trunk because the trunk has to be enabled on both the side. Configuration mode, interface fast Ethernet 0x24, switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk allowed VLAN all. So I want to give all. Now after that, the verification for this, show interface trunk. So once you give the trunk, you can see there is a interface trunk here. So right now status is what? Trunking. Okay, and mode is what? On. And you can see this particular port is allowing how many VLANs? Total this so and so VLANs. Okay, so you can see this also the VLANs right now what? How many it can VLAN? How many it can allow? That is it. How many is allowing? That is this one. Okay. Now to verify this whether trunk is configured fine or not, what do you need to do? You need to check the communication from one VLAN to another VLAN. Sorry, one VLAN to the same VLAN and another switch. So first computer, let's do a ping to which address? 192.168.20. I configured what? 20.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is 20.7. Enter. I'm getting a reply. 20.8, 20.9. If I'll check the communication with 20.9, I will not get the reply because 20.9 that is in a VLAN 1. Okay, so two different VLANs will not communicate, right? Same VLAN will communicate which is there in the two different switches. And the same thing what I can do, I can go to this VLAN 20 computer and I can check the communication with the ping space 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one 20.11. I gave the IP address in order. So 20.11. So I'm able to communicate. Okay. So after creating the VLANs in the different switches, If I want to allow the communication within the same VLAN communication, which is there in the two different switches, then we need to go with the concept of truncate. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you like this video.